The Runners hosted the Vasquez Mustangs on Friday night. The Runners would kick to open up the game, and George Mazoon kicked the ball to the Vasquez 5-yard line, where number 7 Bronson Perez picked it up and took the ball out past midfield. On the Mustangs' possession, quarterback Cody Barnes would hand to Trevor Jones for a Mustang first down. A few plays later, Trevor Jones would again get the handoff, and he broke a few tackles and got close to another first down. On the next play, Barnes would hand to number 7, Bronson Perez, who took it inside the 5-yard line and made it 1st and goal. And on 1st and goal, number 25, Trevor Jones would finish off the drive with his first touchdown of the night. On the Runners' possession, Villanueva would take this option 5 yards to set up 2nd and 5. After another short run, Villanueva would have to throw on 3rd down, and he overthrew Julian Olmos. After a Rosamond punt, it was 3rd and long for the Mustangs, and Perez would get hit by Cody Lloyd and lost the ball. Nick Lloyd picked it up and ran it inside the Mustang 10-yard line. Nick Lloyd would carry this handoff a few yards to get closer to the end zone, but on 4th and goal, Villanueva would hand to Keith Murphy, and he was stopped short of the goal line. After the Mustangs took over, Bronson Perez would take this handoff for another Mustang first down. Later in the drive, Cody Barnes would complete his first pass of the night to Zach McGuire, which was good for 38 yards and another Mustang first down. On 3rd and 4, Perez would take this handoff 5 yards and gave the Mustangs a new set of downs. On 1st down, Barnes would try to find McGuire over the middle, but the pass was knocked down by Petey Long. On 4th down, Trevor Jones would get this handoff off the left side, but he was hit hard by Curtis McCann and short of the first down. On the Runners' possession, Villanueva would roll out to his left and find a receiver, but he couldn't hook up with Keith Murphy. After a Rosamond punt, quarterback Cody Barnes would again find his receiver Zach McGuire down the sideline, which put the ball inside the 10-yard line and led to another Mustang touchdown. On the Mustangs kickoff, Curtis McCann got the ball at the 10-yard line, and he got a couple blocks and made a few moves and got the ball out past midfield. On 3rd and long, Villanueva would try to find Julian Olmos off the left side, but he would overthrow him and force the runners to punt. After the punt, Trevor Jones would get this handoff, but he was met by Curtis McCann and Gabriel Quintero and taken down quickly. Later in the possession, Cody Barnes would try to find McGuire again down the sideline, but this time it was broken up by number 6, Lathan Bentheim. After a Mustang punt on 3rd and long, Villanueva would find Curtis McCann at the 30-yard line, and McCann would race 30 yards into the end zone for a Roadrunner touchdown. On the Mustangs' possession, Cody Barnes would drop back to pass and look for a receiver down the right sideline, but he would overthrow Zach McGuire. On 3rd down, Trevor Jones would take this handoff about 3 yards, which set up 4th down. After the Mustangs converted on 4th down, Cody Barnes would drop back to pass and try to find McGuire, but the pass was broken up by number 20, Curtis McCann. On 2nd and short, Barnes would drop back to pass and overthrow his intended target, and the pass was almost picked off by McCann. After a Mustang punt, McCann would take this handoff 12 yards for a Roadrunner first down. And a few plays later, Villanueva would drop back to pass, and his pass was intercepted. After the turnover, Barnes would try to find McGuire down the sideline, but his pass was well defended and knocked away by Lathan Bentheim. But a few plays later, Barnes would again go back to McGuire, and this time he caught it and ran it inside the 10-yard line. A few plays later, Cody Barnes would hand to number 25, Trevor Jones, for his second touchdown of the night. On the runner's possession, Villanueva would scramble 13 yards and picked up another first down for the runners. A few plays later, Villanueva would again try to scramble, but he lost his grip for the ball, and it was picked up by Vasquez. After the quarter change, Vasquez would move inside the runner's red zone, and number 44 took this handoff inside the 10-yard line. A few plays later, Barnes would find Lopez in the end zone, which made the score 27-6 Vasquez. And on the runner's possession, McCann would take this handoff and spin his way for a Roadrunner first down. Later on, Keith Murphy would take this handoff on 2nd and 6 and get close to a runner first down. And on 3rd and short, Nick Lloyd would take this handoff for a few yards and pick up a Roadrunner first down. A few plays later, Villanueva would drop back to pass, but instead ran it for a first down and put the ball inside the red zone. On first down, Elijah Nod took this handoff 9 yards to set up 2nd and 1. But on 2nd and goal, Nick Lloyd would mishandle the handoff and gave the ball back to Vasquez. Vasquez would then try to run the clock out. And after this 2-yard run, Vasquez was forced to punt. On the punt, Curtis McCann picked it up at around midfield and returned it inside the Vasquez 30-yard line. On the runner's last chance to score, McCann would take the handoff up the middle and was stopped short of the goal line. Vasquez would get the ball back and knee it to run out the clock. The runners would lose 27-6 against Vasquez, and after the game, I talked to Curtis McCann.
You scored the only touchdown tonight. Tell me a little bit about your performance.
Well, I thought I did as good as I could. Obviously, wasn't good enough for the team, but I did what I had to do, and I just need the rest of the team to come through.
What are you guys going to do this week during practice to get things back on track?
Practice hard, go hard, and get better.
All right, thanks, Curtis.